What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again. More Last Day on Earth action. And as promised, if you caught the last episode, we're going to be jumping in. We're going to be making use of Bunker Alpha. Now, here's the interesting thing. We've got 19 hours and 50 minutes left, and I have a 2-hour reset on Bunker Alpha here. So we're actually going to be able to make use of this AK-47 bonus here for a second go around, which is good because I think in this episode, let's just jump right into it. What I want to do here is just honestly clear a floor or two with some standard weapons. We got a couple AKs. I just want to show this off really fast. We got a couple AKs, we've got some of our katanas, we've got some of our awesome Winchester rifles, and then a handful of Glocks as well, obviously modified up. We have a saw blade mace or two in addition to that. We're gonna try to jump in and see what we can get to. What I'd like to do is at least knock out probably floor 2. If we can get in, we'll do some floor 3. After that, once we essentially run these supplies dry, I'm gonna jump back, we'll refill, and then we'll take on at least half of floor 3 on the hardcore mode, just to be able to go and kill the blind one, because that is super beneficial. So we've already grabbed these 2 crates and just moved the things, and we're gonna just jump right in here. Purpose of doing this is honestly just to show off some clearance. We haven't done this yet on the channel. In addition to that, I want to just go and spend a little bit of time kind of talking about Bunker Alpha here, and honestly how good it can be to help you get some supplies up and running. Now there's 2 things that I think are really beneficial if you're just starting out, or you're looking on trying to figure out how to kind of grind up, get guns, kind of get some things underneath you. Raids would be the first one. Now that is a difficult proposition for a lot of folks, because a lot of times they don't have, you probably are not going to have the supplies to do a whole lot, specifically C4, and because it's so based just randomly on the basis you get, you just have to do a lot of raids. But you can get, excuse me, some very successful raids done that can give you a whole lot of materials, whether you're looking for things like food, or maybe you're looking for, honestly, I have found tons of raids with a massive amount of tickets in them, which is obviously super beneficial for coming to do the bunkers and getting those crates. The crates for the bunkers are amongst the best, in my opinion, of just consistent, really consistent supplies, and being able to get a lot of really good value out of them. In addition, it's not too difficult. We got really lucky there to be able to pick up a couple of things. Now I'm going to show off a little bit of a strat here. I recognize not everybody has the supplies and the weapon stockpile and has played the game anywhere as close as long as I have. I have been playing this game. I've been playing this game since like getting the motorcycle was like a really big deal. So just keep that in mind. We should be able to sneak by this guy. Now this isn't the most effective weapon at taking these big guys out. And I have it pretty well modified, but it does definitely save me some durability on some other arguably more expensive guns. But I think if you can come in here, you can dodge a whole lot of the frenzied giants. And if you can do that, or you can come up and you can work a strategy, you can have a lot of success actually in picking up even yellow and green crates. The green crate is always going to give you, I believe, a Glock in terms of a gun, so that's not a bad thing. And then yellow is a pretty solid crate in terms of being able to find and pick up some supplies, some guns specifically. If you can work to stockpile those, you can actually do some pretty solid clearance on these. In addition, if you can get some good melee weapons, you can have yourself a pretty good time in here. You're gonna see we're getting pretty good drops for the most part. You can also work the door strategy to take out the frenzy giants. That is certainly something you can do. I personally don't use that strategy a whole lot, honestly, because it's just slow. And you're gonna say, well, Doc, you're sitting here and you're shooting this guy with this stupid slow-firing Winchester rifle. You are right. The door strategy is much, much slower than this. But they are great. The big boys are great. Getting some supplies, and almost always you're gonna see them drop a red ticket. On occasion, they're gonna drop. Sometimes they'll drop a yellow ticket, which is a little frustrating. But either of those is pretty good. And how I like to handle these, if you are somebody that has a decent, moderate amount of supplies, you've made your way a little bit, I would say. The other thing that you could do, if you have some supplies, is come in here. I like to clear floor 2 all the way. Do most of floor 3 or all of floor 3 if I can. Obviously keeping an eye on my supplies, really just to stock up on the red tickets, and then I crank it into hard mode and I jump down and I clear out floor 3 up until oh, my storage is filled. This is awkward. Well, I want these things. I knocked that out, floor 3, to the point where I can take on the blind one, and then that's all I do. And the blind one always rewards you with 10 red tickets. So it's really great if you can come in there and take this out. Now, I don't think we're going to have the range. We're going to have to use the AK here. I forgot to bring an M16, which is my longest range weapon. That's unfortunate. Gosh, I need those. Let's just eat. Again, if you sneak well, you can actually take out quite a few of the zombs, these little zombie bombies, with your sneak attacks. Some good weapons. Put your melee weapons to use here. It's gonna go really good for you, I feel like. Same thing here. You need a good long weapon. Be able to get this one in without triggering, and I could have snuck that one. I didn't because I'm a silly boy. You can actually sneak these guys too. But that's what I do, and that's how I am able to kind of maintain some supplies and just kind of keep the beast rolling here. Also, obviously using our VIP status, using our ability to kind of refabricate guns, get 1 or 2 of those every day. All of that stuff helps, and we'll be getting back into our raids here, I think, pretty soon as well. I have one on deck that I haven't queued, but the other thing that's important, and I'll talk about this when we do the raids, what's important with raids, though, is making sure that once you can do one, you basically get yourself a stream of them going. You're going to want to have, a good stockpile of C4 ready to go in case you need that for the raids. And I like to try to get 3 or 4 raids done quickly back to back so that you can just keep the cycle of getting raided over and over again. Very, very beneficial. And again, great way. Arguably, not even arguably, raids are single-handedly the best way to get good supplies. Tons of guns. You have to get lucky with the raid that you find. But like I said, there's, I think, some good strategies, and I think they've made a lot of things pretty accessible. Hitting the crates that drop whenever they come up on the map, the airdrops. Doing that, doing this bunker when it comes up, and especially taking opportunities when you can, even if you have like 1 or 2 AKs, you're gonna be able to come in here and these things are gonna be able to rip through some of these levels, and that's gonna put you in good position to grab some additional crates and maybe get you worked up towards a red crate, which is really, really good supplies, and put you in a good position to get a green, get a yellow crate, maybe more than one if you can clear a little bit of this. So I know I spent a lot of time talking about how to do certain things and get supplies, but that's just one thing that I see pretty often, especially if you're trying to start out or you're like just trying to get going in the game. It can be hard, it can be a little daunting to figure out, but you just got to remember that the grind is a grind, and they want the gameplay loop to last long, and unfortunately that means making things difficult to get. That just kind of comes with the territory. We're gonna back off here. You could absolutely do this without armor too. You just have to be prepared to die by frenzied giants a lot. I got a Winchester. I want to keep using these. I don't really ever use these for anything else, just because they're slow firing. They're pretty good damage though. I got a nose itch. Ah. So we're gonna keep swapping back. Let's sneak this guy. A little Sodi action. Trying to remember what I did that filled up my VIP storage so much, but I'm not usually super impressed by the loot that you find while you do this. This really is just a grind to get to the coupon ticket crates. Like, purely and truly. Try to focus on this one guy, take him out. Again, you can make some smart use of heals here, very consistent in terms of damage. The nice part about floor 2 is that you don't get, I feel like you don't get overwhelmed by zombies very quickly. I'm gonna open this up, and then we got one more frenzy giant. And again, you can see that quite a few of these frenzy giants, you can literally just skip if you really want. Most of them, you just, certain doors just don't open. You could honestly go through this top portion here and skip like 3 of these guys. Again, if you want to fight them, you fight them, but you could head up here, you could dodge the gas, and you could come through this way and unlock this door. And honestly, just scoot out of here if you wanted to do that. Which, truth be told, isn't a bad idea. All right, we're gonna go down to 3. We're gonna use our supplies here. We're just gonna see what we can get done. The other reason I don't recommend a lot of times to do level floor 4. I tried to say level, and then I changed my mind to floor, and then I combine those 2 words. The reason I don't recommend floor 4 in this bunker is because it has too many turrets. Now, you can absolutely sprint by the turrets. That is the thing you could very much do. That's not a great plan, in my opinion. That gets you hurt, can easily get you killed if you're not careful, and honestly puts you in a bad spot when it comes to like dealing with some of the things. There's a particular spot where you can get frozen and be dealing with turrets at the same time, which is just a bad day. So I don't like that. I also don't think the rewards in that floor are very good. Some folks would argue with me. I don't think it's worth the supplies and the gear requirements to be able to get through that to make it worth it. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Do as you see fit. but that's how I feel. We're gonna lose this katana here pretty quickly. I do wish you could sneak one of these guys, but everybody's just staring at you. Alright, we are now armorless, unfortunately. Means we're gonna take some heavy damage. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this without any armor. Oops. At least get through what I can, although that might not be very smart. We don't need to be able to go fast against these big guys. This weapon could be so cool if it did have such an abysmal fire rate. It really could. It does great damage. It does really good damage, especially criticals. And my mods are the mods that I have for it are kind of lined up to be focused that way, which is you know, isn't a bad thing. I don't think to be focused on critical damage with that, but it's just the fire rate is so bad. Unfortunately, we're gonna take some hits there. Looks like I am out in terms of the Winchesters. Oh, to the Glocks we go. Glocks here should do pretty good. Pull these guys. Get by the gas. Got a handful more frenzy giants. And again, you don't have to do full clearances on these. If you don't have the supplies, just getting some kills, even some of the basic kills are going to be good. Like I said, you can get to some good parts to sneak, get some things done. Here's a little cheeky trick for you. Shoot these guys through here. Bring that down to 1. Finish this guy off and he'll never even see us. We're gonna have to guns these guys. I just want to be careful there. Don't want to lose too much health here. Basically doing this without armor. There's the unfortunate yellow ticket. All right, we got some pants. Now, I do think the rewards here on level 3, especially this next set of crates that we're about to go through, are significantly better. But it is still just a lot of... we're not going to be able to sneak these guys. It is just a lot of like building material type stuff. Wires, light bulbs, that whole thing. Can I sneak by this guy? No, I tried. You could definitely sneak by if we had a crowbar. We could open that one door that we shot through. On this side with the fence, we could open this door. I believe it's still a crowbar. Is it gonna run me all the way around? It's so silly. Yeah. You could shoot through that crowbar the door open and then probably sneak that guy if you wanted to. Again, do not have to kill that guy if you don't want. That's the good part I think about this bunker. Is you really can't avoid. And again, you can see this crate specifically was one that I was honestly thinking of in my mind. Good crate right there. Really solid. Should be some food in this. Looks like we got season reward crate too, which is pretty nice. Actually, I think you could have sneaked that. I think you can. And again, if you are somebody that you're interested in learning the door strategy, essentially how it works is you get zombie here. Might not work with these guys or on this door, ironically enough. But you stand at a door frame and you just kind of dodge the punches, jiggle back and forth, and you can kill them. Like I said, for me, just takes a little bit too much time. I don't got time for that. We're on a time limit to be able to get through this anyways. Let's get some distance. Swap in another pistola. Bing, bang, boom. Turn off the lasers here. You do not need to turn off the lasers. Almost swung at us. He almost got us. Gonna have to be careful here. Take a lot of damage very quickly. Stay healed up. Made it through that actually pretty good. Again, being able to get that sneak in is so critical. Such good damage, Saw Blade Mace, Skull Crusher, whatever you have. Hug the wall on that side, and we can get the sneak in here. Couple of quick chops. Gonna get bum rushed here. Need you to focus on this guy, so I'm only getting hit by one zombie, please. I am not going to do this big room. Tons of zombies in here. Actually, I will. I'll use the AK for it, though. I guess. There's just a boatload of zombies in here. You can see the excess damage that this is doing is just wild. Again, take advantage. I say this consistently. Take advantage of the events if you can. You're gonna have such a easier time and way more fun, honestly, knocking out some of these locations by taking advantage of those. We're almost through this, which is pretty nice, and then we will get in. We'll have to restock on armor, and I am gonna go grab a shotgun. Although we could probably do it with the AK. We might even be able to do it with what we got. We do need some armor, but we could grab some armor. We might, actually. We might be able to get it done with what we got here. Aggro this guy. Got one more Frenzy Giant in there. Pistola him down. We're gonna take care of these toxic spitters over here. This should actually basically clear us too. I also want to knock this guy out. There we go. A little bit of unnecessary damage there. That's okay. All right. Let's just AK these guys out, and this will actually clear floor 3. So fast. So crazy. Crazy good that is. Okay, we're gonna head up. We're gonna drop a couple of things off, and then I'm going to queue up the difficult portion of this. Now that we have this clear, we've grabbed everything. Overall, you saw kind of what we put away here, but you can see the tickets. We essentially have a yellow crate ticket and a green crate ticket by clearing floors 2 and floor 3. Now again, that may seem daunting, may seem like probably more supplies, but if you just kind of, again, stockpile a little bit, hold out, you know, keep hitting some of those locations, keep hitting chests, you will find some Glocks, even some moderately used Glocks can help you get through this. And you don't need a lot. You do a lot of this with melees, and just have good healing items, good armor if you can spare it. That way you can use less healing items essentially, and you can certainly grind through this. And again, if you can, or you're interested, you can use that door trick to extend the time it would take to complete it, but also probably save yourself a ton of resources, and honestly make it a little bit easier for yourself if you don't have some of the supplies. So again, floor 4, not a fan. Not gonna do it. Don't want it. Don't care. What I actually should do here really quickly, I don't know if we'll need, I think we might just bust through some AKs. I'm gonna grab an AK, I'm gonna grab some armor, but I did want to show here on floor 2, if you do get to this point, you open this up, there'll be a guy trapped in here, you can open that for him, but you also have a customization bench here, which will work. So if you do have any mods or anything that you need to work or throw on for any weapons that you do find, again, we found one of these Glocks earlier, I don't know if it was this one or this one, we found it earlier, so now we're able to take care of that and get it modified to how we like. So we'll be back in just a second as we get prepared for floor 3 on hardcore mode. Okay, so we're gonna queue this up here. Basically all you do, if you're not familiar, come over to this. This is the safety protocol. We go into the difficult mode. So that will reset every floor. So you want to make sure before you do that, you've grabbed everything, you've brought it up to this level. This level will not reset. If you are able to like grab one of the crates or whatever, then again, from that point, you can throw everything in the crate, use it as mini storage. Just be careful that the location doesn't reset on you or all that stuff will be lost. But you can do that, but make sure you've cleared everything and grabbed everything that you want from the previous floors if you've done any work there. And then you can hit that and you're in hardcore mode until, excuse me, at least the location resets. So we're gonna go right to floor 3 here, and we're gonna use a combination of the AK and our pistols just to get the stuff done here. And I want to move quick on this. What's nice here is this thing is just gonna do work. These are gonna do work. We grabbed 2 additional ones from the ones we brought. Just gonna grab everything we can. We'll clear up until the blind one. Now we can still do this here. You can definitely still get your sneak strategy in and do some solid damage. All right. actually able to kill that guy, which is pretty nice. You're gonna get a combination of tickets and then essentially these items, which you're gonna be able to turn in for arguably, in my opinion, one of the best crates from a separate location, which is really nice. Let's take this, see what we can put away there. We'll grab these. Okay. You need a lot of these materials, so it's going to take you a little bit of time probably to do that. Good night. Although notebooks, some of this stuff is going to come pretty quick. You'll get a 12-hour location with a crate. You may need to clear that crate from toxic infection, similar to the crate you would do at Port Laboratory if you're familiar with that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can just grab the supplies. It's kind of hit or miss. I don't know what the % odds are. I'm sure there are some. I don't know what they are. What's important to note, Frenzy Giants, they will start to move very quickly. Very quickly. I think it's once they get down to like 250, 200 health, they will start moving on ya. So you got to kill them quick, or you got to be able to slow them down. One of the two. Again, we can bang, bang. Good night. Thank you for playing. Have a great time. See you later. See, he's moving. We like to trap him on the railings here, right at the hard corners. Always a good strategy. Slow him down. Did not want to kill that guy in the gas. This AK is just mowing. Absolutely mowing these guys down. It is wonderful. You stay over there, slow down a bit for me, please. Probably could have finished it off. I wasn't going to take the chance. Look at that. Right on the durability burn. Alright, AK, pistol. What you want to make sure here is that you just have plenty of heals for this. Strongly recommend, if you can get to this point, that you do this as often and as consistently as you can. This is great for being able to open up the red ticket crate. Pretty simple strat. This guy's gonna do 100 damage to you with this armor on. You wait for him to run into the wall, and then you absolutely just shred him. As soon as he starts to eat, you hit the alarm. Could have honestly done that a little bit faster, probably just a little bit better. Not ideal, I go to this side, but it's gonna be it. I wait until he starts to eat. It's my personal preference. You can now move basically anywhere, but I like to hold here. Make sure you get well outside the zone. Wow. Yeah. Extra 25%. Look at the rewards. The rewards are so good. They're so good. 10 red ticket crates, which is phenomenal. And then again, 3 of each of these is just so good. We're gonna extend this a little bit and then go turn some things in. I just kind of want to use up this AK. Stay away from me. Can we get him? Nice. Didn't drop anything for us, but we still got him. Do I do this? Yeah, screw it. You got me. They can still get you. Okay, so as we get back in here, it is important to note that in this location, your stuff does drop wherever you die. So I do recommend, if you are worried about your supplies, drop a handful of guns or a little bit of your supplies into the crates. You can always run back and reset. Reset that guy to full health. You can always run back up to the crates and come back to the floor, so don't worry about that. If you're worried about having to like really stress and you know, worried about dying and maybe having a hard time getting back to your location, just for whatever reason, for the enemies being difficult or whatever the case may be, put a handful of guns, maybe a set of armor, some heals in one of those crates, and you've got yourself like kind of a mini safe storage box that you don't even have to re-gear up back at your place. You can do it just right there, right when you get back to the bunker. Quick takedown. And we're gonna drop this last frenzy giant here, I think, and call it a day. Knocked him out. Nicely done. I do really like this crate. I honestly think this is probably the best crate down here, in my opinion. It did not disappoint this time either. Yep. Okay. That's how we're going, actually. I don't really even want this, but take it anyways. We could keep clearing it. We got a little bit more durability on this AK. I'm just gonna save it. And I actually think we're pretty close to the crate, if I'm not mistaken. So we might be able to pick that up here too, which would be pretty cool. We could show that off a little bit. And we're just grinding. This AK just did work. It really did. The extra 25% damage doesn't seem like a lot, but when the enemies have as much health as they do, it's a chunk. It is a chunk. So here's how we ended up. We got a full 30 red tickets. So we will open up the red crate. I'm very, very happy with that. That is quite good, if you ask me. We got 24 green and we got 30 of the yellow, which is really good. And then we also, wow, we did really good on military notebooks. That is the highest essentially level that you can get for getting that reward. It goes ID tags being the lowest, then you have the chevrons, and then the top end here is the military notebooks. So we come to our buddy here. We are definitely going to be able to get our floppy disk. Floppy disk gets us the crate, which is really cool. So drop these in. We made it with just that. And we're a little bit in. Boom, we hit 11. And that gave us about a third, which is pretty good. So we're definitely going to go do this. We've got the data. And we're going to go grab that crate here. I'm going to show this off. Here we go. We got the 30. This is by far the best one. This is your chance for C4 here, if you're looking to grind some of that up. If we get lucky, we don't need that. We got one. Beautiful. We got a blueprint, which is pretty cool. You can see rewards here. Pretty good. We got a gas tank and we got some engine parts. Again, this was like the best option for gas tanks and engine parts way back when. Hasn't really changed. We got ourselves 2 sets of armor. Sometimes I think you can see a SWAT armor in this. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. You also get some acid. You're gonna get some good building materials. You're gonna get some paint. You're gonna get an air filter. This is gonna be important again for you to be able to chemically clean the crate if you do get it. So this is just fantastic. We're gonna take this. We're gonna drop this blueprint off here just to save ourselves some space, and then we'll grab some stuff, and we'll go and we'll grab that crate. So we'll see you in a second. Okay, we finally got everything organized. Went back and forth a few times from the bunker to pick up everything, and we finished it just in the nick of time. Got an hour and 7 minutes before it resets, and subsequently also transport hub is going to reset. What we're going to do on the next run for this is head back over to the bunker, knock some things out, get more crates. We'll go over, we'll finish the transport hub yet again, keep working some crates there and the materials, and then I'm actually going to jump up to the police station and clear that out and get some crates from all of our waves that we did there in addition. So, but here is our specialty crate that we got from the bunker. And the hardcore mode item turn in. I shouldn't expect a ton of resistance here. Nothing that can't be pretty easily knocked out. And this one is one of the lucky ones where we're just going to be able to pick everything up. So we came with basically just what we have on us, and we're free for space besides that. And you can tell here, look at the rewards for this. Not great in the weapons department. Colt Python's pretty cool. We do get an M16, which is nice, but great set of armor. We get some steel bars, some copper, some aluminum, which is really nice. We get 2 C4, which is just absolutely huge. And then a handful of other things that is very valuable. Some springs, electronic circuit. We get some engine parts. I'm very, very satisfied with that. We also get a blueprint there. So pretty cool. And a gas mask. So all in all, pretty solid crate in my opinion. Happy with that. That was quick and easy. Grabbing that. We're going to head out of here. Get back to the main base and essentially wait for our reset. And then again, use this to our advantage in terms of the event still going on really for the next 19 hours or so. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully, again, some good tips. Each of these videos I do try to provide a little bit in addition to clearing it out, using some fun guns, and just having a good time getting some supplies, continuing on with their grind. So next episode, I'm not sure what we'll jump into next. We'll take a look from an event standpoint. We do have the arena coming back up. That will open here pretty soon. And then Bunker Bravo is not too far out after that. So we might jump into Bunker Bravo, do that again, get over to the transport hub, maybe eventually run into the butcher. Although I have this last time I did, which was nice. So that made clearing it out not so terrible. But do some of that. We'll see what else comes along the way. From that, keep grinding the season, keep grabbing some crates, and working on our settlement as we have been doing. So flash some socials, close it out, like, comment, subscribe, help me out, do the YouTube thing. If you're watching these videos, seriously, just thank you so much. It means a lot. That is a great way to support the channel. If you want to subscribe, if you want to throw a like or a comment, we really do appreciate that. Helps with visibility for the videos, get just to a wider audience, people that might be looking for some Last Day on Earth content. So help us in that regard. We would really appreciate it. But we'll close it out. Doc, Average Gamer, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.